Hello, everyone. Yeah, Justin Belmont throwing everything off with this 420 stream. But hey. Uh, yeah, 4 o'clock shadow early today. Not a very long one. Not a very long one. How long? I don't know. Till it's done. Till it's finito. Till it's finished. Um, Went to the printer today. Discussed a few things. Working on the campaign. She's developing some things for me. Hopefully. Uh, you know, moving moving the ball down the court a little bit more. Yeah, at we're gonna have a pre-show, pre-launch show. Hey, Nicholas Gear, how are you, sir? It's good to see you. And so I'll be over there, or well, I'll be simulcasting uh the launch of on Fund My Comic of Weaponized Werewolf and Smokes the Fox on this channel. And so that's why we're early today. Good to see you, Nicholas. Good to see you. He's over there on Fund My Comic as well, and hopefully Devil Flyer #1 launching the 30th of this month will be up here pretty soon too for you to take a gander at. Working on it. That's why I'm not streaming as much. That and other things, other story ideas, True North, Sea Demon story. There's just a lot to do. I'm having her make me a mock up of what it would be to do a 64-page magazine for Devil Flyer #1 and just combine both. And I was thinking about breaking it up in a supplement, and I thought, well, maybe I could stick it together and then have a supplement too, because that kind of takes away from having a supplement if you know 64 pages, folks. Yeah, 64 pages. So excited about Smokes the Fox, but yeah, 420 kind of just cuts in. There'll be an after man cave party afterwards, a couple hours afterwards. Get started here at like 4 Eastern. That's 3 my time Central. So yeah, there's kind of a scheduling thing there, but that's okay. Been thinking about a few things. Came up with Sea Demon, possible Sea Demon cover for all the way in issue 6. You had to think about these things for the future. Here we haven't even launched #1, but we do have the preview, and it's still on Indiegogo, the black and white preview. Anyone that backs the Devil Flyer black and white ash can becomes a charter member and will receive their charter member card. It'll be after the launch. It'll be after the 30th, but it'll be sometime in May. You will receive more than likely, you will receive your charter member card. All right. And just show you what I'm talking about. Devil Flyer Black and White Ash Can Edition. A tortured soul comes back to Earth to save it, but can he? The first 7 pages of the story leaves you on a nice cliffhanger. Great pinup section. I think I've got about, I don't know, 16, 17 first appearances. Certainly Devil Flyer's first appearance. Interior in print. $1,263, 63 backers. Let's play the trailer. Hey, Justin. Got to get the 2 o'clock, the 4 o'clock. Yeah, not 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock shadow out of the way, so we can be over there with you. I noticed in one of his tweets he gave me top billing, the first one that came to his mind. So thanks for thinking of me, Justin. Not on all of them, not on both of them, but I was kind of somewhere in the middle on the other one. But on the other one, on one last one he sent out, I think I was first or dead last. I don't know. But thanks for thinking of me anyway. Yeah. I had to go somewhere else to get my air fresheners made. I really would like to make some air fresheners. Uh, got the scans to Vic's wraparound cover that he did a couple months ago. I guess. No, I'll have John's cover up there on the campaign. Sea Demon Magnet, limited ultra Sea Demon Magnet will be up there. I think she's going to take a look. She's going to try and take a look at it tomorrow. Running out of time, folks. There's something to putting together, as Justin will tell you. Hey, Death Dealer, Death Pusher, Death Dealer. Shit, I must be thinking you're Frank Rosetta. I don't know. Hey, Tree Goblin. Yeah. Justin will tell you, there's a lot to putting together a campaign, and this is brand new. Yeah. Laugh out loud. This is our brand new format, Fund My Comic. If you haven't went over there, hopefully you'll come over there on the 30th. Hopefully I'll have the campaign up. Trying. Get it up on the 13th. Of course, I try and get it up every day. Or get up every day. Let's put it that way. Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of multiple things at the same time. I'm trying to think of work on Sea Demon True North, the origin of Sea Demon story. A story I'd like to have Ryan do. I was going to have him do the next leg on Sea Demon for Devil Flyer number 2, but I think I was thinking, no, I need to start afresh. And I have in thinking about Sea Demon, I have a sort of a take on his character. He is one of my older characters from 1993. Maybe earlier. I don't know. There's no surviving artwork. The piece that I sewed, the Flying Feline, was the earliest surviving piece of artwork for Sea Demon. That piece laid in a portfolio for years over at John's till we discovered it maybe last year or the year before, somewhere in there. He was never far out of my mind. He wasn't forgotten. Always wanted to bring him back. Was thinking, I might lead off with him as a character back in, as far as a comic, back in the early 90s, with John's help, of course. John, talked to him the other day, hadn't seen him in a while, gave him an update on things. I asked him a couple of questions, and I think he's thinking about working on a character he created back then in the early 90s called Leather Angel. And he said, I'd like to develop something, and perhaps you can use it in the future. And I was like, oh, great. Because I always thought that was a great character. Um, so maybe we'll be seeing that in the future. Uh, some of John, a character designed by John. Uh, I wish my work ethic back then would have been what it is today. We probably would have already had a few comics out by now. Uh, but you sharpen your skills over time, I think. Uh, Probably should have went into writing at that point. What? Kinky? What's kinky? What's kinky? Sea goblin? Sea goblin? Oh shit! How about tree goblin? You'd think I'm already drunk or high, which I'm not. I'll prove it. Stone cold sober. My sleep pattern has been off the last few days. Um, I don't know. Worked on this till midnight and then went to bed Tuesday on Topicless, the Dirty Joe piece, and seen it. And that's a big one. That's what she said. Bristol Page. I'm working large now. I'm like, somebody be calling me professional before you know it. Semi professional. I don't know. Some people never give me credit. Well, God bless them anyway. Leather angle sounds kinky, person. Yeah, leather angle. Could be. I'm going to try and get a hold of AKA Pat. I've seen him. I've seen Peter. I've asked about him. I'm going to try and double down on him and go, hey, man, can you get a hold of me? I see you posting a couple things, and I'd like to get a hold of you, and talk about you at least starting one page that I'd like you to do that to make it into Devil Flyer #1, sort of an epilogue page. I just got done eating some chicken and rice soup. I had some earlier. Sometimes that throws me off my sleep pattern, and been thinking about the campaign and other stories that I have to do. Silver Boa story, Sea Demon story, other stuff. Thinking about doing a Salamandroid homage, uh, a slaver. The little, I don't have it here, the little Salamandroid zine that came with Wreck Planet. Just imagine that it's like Slaver. Sort of a close of a slaver's face with his tongue out. His serrated tongue that he grabs zombies with to pull them toward him and to crunch down on their decaying skulls to get to that putrid soft tissue inside. Uh, so working on my end, try and get things developed. In thinking about Sea Demon's power set His abilities have went up. Uh, and this new idea for the cover, which is related to issue 1, events that happen to Sea Demon in the climax of the arc, which is going to be 6, and we're way off into the future here, but who knows how quickly we can. Devil Flyer the 1 does pretty decent. We can go on, and I think I can get that out into everybody, hopefully by the end of the year, certainly by the uh, first months of next year, but I'm going to try and get it out this year. All things fall into place. Hopefully we can do that. Set a date for Devil Flyer number 2 and move on with this thing. I have an advantage because I had like 29 pages already done by the time the Ashcan was running last year. He was just finishing up on. I asked him if he wanted to paint the Devil Flyer story. He liked the idea of what I was going to do. All my stories are told slightly in the past, and we're leading up to the present. All of the past stories will be in Sepia-tone. All the present stories will be in full color, and all the future stories, because it's kind of unsettled and not here yet, black and white. So if it's black and white, it's future, in the future. If it's Sepia-tone, which is a brownish, like an old photo, it'll be in the past. And if it's in full color, it'll be in the quote present, which really, that's all we have. It's the present we have right now, if you think about it. But for the sake of argument, and it's very costly to get everything done in color, and I think I came up with a good ideal of around that actually can make some sense. I wanted to do some things in Sepia-tone anyway, and black and white, a little combination. I got that from either a Daredevil, I think it was a Batman piece. It was black and white, but off in the distance, the old brownstone buildings or something were done in brown. I was like, ooh, good combination. So I've wanted to do something like that anyway. And again, giving yourself time to expand on things and mind work in the background on things, you can come up with innovative ideas. I was really, to be honest with you, I was really thinking today, should I delay this another month? Should I delay the Devil Flyer launch another month? I was like, no, not going to do it. We'll be ready to go regardless of what we have up there. And like I say, this might have to be a slow build campaign. Build it as we go. I'll have some tiers up there to offer initially. I think the pressure's off. There's no time limit over there at Fund My Comic. I think we can do things differently over there. But I think there is that big event excitement and everything. And I don't know, maybe we need for longevity to get away from that. I don't know. But regardless, I make $2. Devil Flyer is going to come out and will be delivered. If I sell 25 copies, like Steven did of his book, those 25 people are going to get their 25 copies, and probably this year. And that's 64 pager. And that ain't cheap. But I hope to earn more than that. I hope to have more support than that. I feel like I will. Uh, but none of us can do it without you. And if we can, why aren't we off doing it? Uh, I mean, certainly we can save up our nickels, dimes, work hard for it, whatever. But I mean, that's, what crowdfunding is all about. Is there a point where you don't need crowdfunding anymore? Sure. But I think it's a good vehicle to talk to as long as you stay in touch with your base and you stay in touch with your customer base and your peeps, I think that's the best way. This is almost like talking live to, I've done eBay for almost 20 years. And it's, that good customer relationship. I met the creator of Zippy the Pinhead, which is an underground character. I've met him through eBay. I also met Dan Badansky that did Ghost Rider. I used to read his Ghost Riders over there at Marvel back in the 80s. Talked to him. I also got in contact and sold a piece to Dick Dillon's, who used a son that used to draw Justice League of America, among other things. And he just wanted a piece from his father's time. And I had a production piece of his or two, and he bought a piece from me. So, you meet, you meet all kinds of people through this way of doing things. I think it's a great way to talk one-on-one. You can be a fan and have creators on and shill their books, and even if they're not shilling the books, just talk comics, whatever. It's a great avenue for people to use. I don't know. I've given it a lot of thought of late. What is the best thing to do? I think you have to set a deadline. I think you have to set a realistic expectations. I think some did not. I think some campaigns did not. Some of the larger campaigns, Dan Fraga's, EVS, and others took long. I understand it's an event. Hey, Shadowhawk, it's not 4 o'clock, Rex. Well, it's 4 o'clock somewhere in the world. So, technically, but anyway, I know Shadow. This will have to do it because we'll be simulcasting, I believe, it'll probably for at least a couple hours, Justin's closeout on, or not closeout, his launch on Fund My Comic, Smokes the Fox and the Weaponized Werewolf. So I had to get it in, or I had to get it in early today, or not at all, and we cannot have that. So, but yeah, I've been thinking about what's the best way to set up a campaign, and and beyond that, what's the best way to have realistic expectations, give the people what they need at the moment that they need it. How can I be, put up the best thing on a very limited time limit? Had delays with the Ash Can, have delays already with this. I guess it's to be expected when you're dealing with other people. Putting the comic, I would have already done it by now, decades ago, if it weren't such a daunting task. It's a daunting task. It's one of the hardest things I've ever, thought to do. Because you have, pencils, you have your inks, you have your writing, you have your lettering. There's so many different stages to it, to getting stuff copyrighted. It's and then distribution's the big one, and this helps with distribution. So the way we're doing it now, so I'm still wondering in my head not only how to put together the best campaign I can, at the moment, but also what's the best way to do it? Um, should we stick to the model of 30 days, 60 days? Or just say, hey, it's up to here. You can buy it now. Do people need that, you think? Do they need that little push? There's limited time. Certainly there's limited time on the Sea Demon magnet, or will be for the very first week only. And I set it up for 7 days. Who knows if it's a full 7 days? So that's something you have to jump on. And I extended a week, $2 tier. There's lower dollar tiers for people that want to. Certainly you can always donate, and I think that goes to your total too, as your funding. But I mean, the way they've got it set up, is funding even an issue now? It is if you make it an issue. Dillard put his on for $40. I've seen campaigns ask for $1. Once they get to $1, they're funded. No danger of being kicked off. So does it even matter anymore? This is causing us, this new platform, to rethink. Are we staying in the old mindset of 30 days, 60 days? What is the best way to do it? Maybe we need to have a forum, a discussion, and get varied opinions on that. I'd like to hear some discussion on this stuff. I would like the gods, EVS and some others, to come off Olympus and fucking discuss this shit. That matters to a lot more people. Matters to their base, a lot of their base. A lot of their base just read their consumers. But again, those people would even say, is there a better way to do it? Because I'm sure they've got gripes. And you should always listen to your customer base. You should always listen to the little man, the quote, little man. And I'm right there with you. If I'm way up here, I'm still going to be there with you. We're either going together or not at all. Pretender to the throne. Never asked for a throne, so don't offer me one. Although my name does mean king in Latin. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here before I stick my foot in my mouth, which is pretty sizable. My mouth, not my foot. And skip on over to simulcast. Justin's launch. Speaking of launches, I've got time just for this. I'm going to make time. I want to know about CG. Here's a good project. Rocket Magazine mission number 2. Let's get ready to launch.
Primary ignition. Rocket Magazine, built to propel indie comics into the stratosphere. A modern ode to publications like Wizard, Epic Illustrated, Alter Ego, and Heavy Metal. Featuring Billy Tucci, Dan Fraga, Andy Smith, Peter Simeti, and Mark Bolton. Additional content, including tutorials and previews from the Barton Brothers, Camel Moon, Crowfire Studios, Kier Covington, Dean James, Rob Arnold, and many more. Become part of the mission.
Absolutely. We will see. You wouldn't want to be you. Well, maybe it's preferable